Hello there, and good morning, and happy Mother's Day to everyone. Now, perhaps this morning would be a great time to have a devotion on mothers, and we could even go through the Bible and pick out some godly mothers and talk about them. But considering the fact that during the Sunday morning message, we'll probably be speaking about mothers, and it will be motherly themed, I figured that I could just go ahead and pick another verse out of the Bible and, have a small devotion on it. So, as I was reading the Bible the other day, I happened upon a verse, Psalm 37:1, which I thought would be quite applicable to us today, us as Christians who live in this modern world. And the verse says, "Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity." Now we know that all verses in the Bible are important, and God has given to us every sentence and every verse in the Bible, but I believe that there are certain times when certain verses tend to be more applicable in our lives than other verses, just kind of depending on the circumstances that we face or the trials that we go through. And I believe that this verse in particular is truly applicable to us as Christians who are living in this modern era, just given the advent of social media, which, gives anyone and everyone a voice and provides certain individuals an audience who would otherwise not have an audience. And it can just be very easy to get caught up in everything that we see and everything that we hear that's, going on in this world. And, if you just spend just 2 minutes on social media, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or just whatever other social media site, you will see, evildoers, evil people, or just people that have very, very low morals, getting rich, gaining power, and growing stronger. You will see people who use their charm and charisma or the other talents that they've been given for their own personal gain. And sometimes they use their talents at the expense of other people. You just have to spend a few minutes on the internet today before you start to wonder why people even, pay attention to these influencers or these rappers or these actors and actresses who, have gained such a great audience and yet their morals are so low. Why is it that people even pay attention to them? And we're just wondering, or we're left to wonder why these people who have, who aren't living a godly life or who aren't living a, very Christian life, why is it that they seem to have everything that heart could wish for? Why do they have houses and lands and money and adoring fans and all those things that, we would think would make people happy? And it's so easy to wonder these things, and perhaps we're even tempted at times to drop our own standards of godly living just so that we ourselves can gain some followers on social media and, the wealth that goes with that. But God says, "Fret not thyself because of evildoers." Don't be worried that all these wicked people are gaining so much wealth with their sinful lifestyles. I mentioned some actors and actresses and rappers, but, it could be applied to other people as well, like politicians or, perhaps even friends that we have that, aren't living godly Christian lives, and yet they're just so prosperous and they have so much of this world's wealth. But again, God says not to be jealous of people's wealth or their prosperity. And when we start to view this world in the light of eternity, we're forced to realize that, these wicked people or these people that don't have God in their lives really just have nothing left to look forward to after this life is over. This is all they have. All of the rewards that they will experience, they're experiencing them right now. Money cannot buy you one more moment of time. Perhaps you remember a few years ago a man who passed away by the name of Steve Jobs. He was a multi-billionaire, but all of his money and all of his wealth could not buy him one more day of time here on this planet. and he ended up passing away at a relatively young age. So do not fret yourself because of evildoers, and do not be envious of them. Remember that our rewards are to come hereafter. The true riches that Jesus talked about are to be experienced in eternity. And also know that God has so lovingly blessed many of us in ways that, we often fail to consider. I mean, if you had a great mother, know that no amount of wealth or money or worldly riches could ever come close to replacing her. And also, there are many, many people in this world today who would pay any price just to have one more day with their own mom. Remember that, and feel blessed with all the things that God has freely blessed you with. So, thank you for joining this morning, and I pray that you have a happy and blessed Mother's Day. Goodbye.